Everybody that says I have a little thing, do I have to make an OnlyFans and show all you guys who you're not?
If you don't do it and you don't prove it, everybody is gonna know that you're just a little shrimpy. Welcome back to American Thor, everybody, and you may have seen this little knockoff Temu Jeffrey Epstein hanging out with Wes Watson in the last video. And if you were like me, you were probably asking yourself, who is this kid? I just figured this was Wes Watson's new little twink, and now that Angie broke up with him, his new little prison pocket boyfriend. But it turns out this Jack Doherty is far more than that, and it appears that he actually is Wes Watson's new pimp, as Wes Watson has announced he's starting an OnlyFans.
Everybody that says I have a little thing, do I have to make an OnlyFans?
Can't make this stuff up. But we got to figure out who this kid is really, because John Bravo just did a great expose on this. I didn't know who he was at all until I started seeing this. And now I've realized that this little dipshit, aside from being the literal poster child for fetal alcohol syndrome, apparently is a knockoff Jeff Epstein. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's jump into the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Helps the channel. Let's jump into it and figure out who this little shithead really is. All right, so as much as I could figure out right out the gate, right? This is a Gen Z influencer. You can tell automatically by the stupid fucking broccoli haircut. And he does things like pimps out girls on OnlyFans, does rage bait content, and then sets up like fake scam things like this crypto account schemes that he's got going on, as well as like setting up fake content like this.
Video titled, "I got robbed for $300,000, in which he told the story of how he was robbed of his 2 diamond chains worth $300,000 in broad daylight while in the middle of a crowded area.
Rob me, they shoot both my f***ing chains, bro. Dog. Jake, what the f***, bro?
They had a gun.
Where's yours? What the f***, bro? Like, why don't...
All right, so maybe he's just a little theater kid that's all grown up and got a YouTube channel now, but obviously the acting on that is absolutely terrible. No Oscar nominations for little Epstein here when it comes to making up stories about being robbed and having your chain stolen, but that's not what makes this little dipshit so cringe. It's some things John Bravo exposed about this kid.
Well, after his original money train, his girlfriend that he turned into a big-time sharmuta, she was making him all the money. After she left, he's become desperate, and he's been doing some crazy shit, even if it means him turning his current girlfriend, which is a lookalike of the first one, to even a bigger sharmuta than the one before. I mean, I saw him pimping her out to Joe Biden, that poor old man, right? And then even worse, to a group, an army of men, so they can run a train on her.
All right, so let's talk about something here, because there's some weird legalities with this. If we think about this, let's say you are a guy who has a girl and you have her sleep with other men for money, and then she gives you the profit for it. That's the literal definition of a pimp, which is not legal. But if you film it and put it on OnlyFans, all of a sudden it's okay. And if you're wondering why I call him Little Epstein, well, if you think about what did Jeffrey Epstein do? He lured in young girls with promises of fame and fortune so that he could take advantage of them. Seems like that's exactly what this little shithead does. And so now that I know that he's just a little shithead pimp, it makes it very interesting that he started hanging out with the fake alpha male final boss, Wes Peg Me Watson, and it all started to make sense. Let's take a look. And again, guys, I thought this was Wes Watson's new little twink boyfriend at first, right? Just based off how enamored he is with Wes Watson in this clip.
I will always say some shit that pisses someone off. It doesn't matter. Suck my dick. Okay, look at you UFC fighters.
All right, guys, you catch that? Wes says, yeah, suck my effing dick. And the first thing Jack Doherty does, ooh, gets super excited. I love that about you, Wes. So, again, I thought this was his little twink, but the more I followed it, I have a feeling this is actually Wes's new pimp.
You're a square who rolls around with in a fucking legs, okay? Look at about your fighting self. Look at, I'll call 2 people who get smoked in the car. Shut the like, we're not this.
Look how happy that kid. Oh my God, this is so cool. I'm hanging out with Wes Watson. All right, but where does him coming in and pimping out little Shrimpy Watson come into play here? Well, we all know, and even Wes Watson talks about himself, that everybody in prison knew exactly who he was based off of how his asshole looked. So we know the guy loves to get pegged. He's into it. And he could potentially grow a pretty big OnlyFans in the Rainbow Bro side of things, I'm sure. And Wes has come out and straight up said he's going to start an OnlyFans. All right, and then we got this new video of Wes Watson's OnlyFans announcement here from our buddy Bubba.
Everybody that says I have a little thing, do I have to make an OnlyFans and show all you guys who you're not? Because I can do it real. Should I? Will you buy it? Will you see it? Should I just give it for free so that you guys can realize you ain't with me in any area? Trust me. So anybody who's real successful at OnlyFans, this isn't about the money. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of people acting like I ain't packing. So let's just.
All right, real quick, guys. Look in the background. You guys remember that video we did on the new one, Crowned Jose? You see him back here cleaning up Wes's apartment? He's just Wes's little butler. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. Gotta love it.
Do it. Whatever you want to do. How do we do it? How do we make these people see who they're not? Ain't even about no bag or nothing. It's about you guys realizing that just saying shit online is the stupidest shit ever, and you're wasting a lot of your time because a lot of shit you guys say is completely wrong.
Now, I can't imagine the level of insecurity it takes to come out and say that you're starting an OnlyFans just to try to prove all the people making fun of you on the internet that you got a tiny little wee-wee wrong. And you know what? The problem is now, Wes, if you don't do it and you don't prove it, everybody is going to know that you're just a little shrimpy. So now you got your feet to the fire. But luckily for you, again, you got little Epstein there to run your OnlyFans for you. But he's not just pimping out Wes Watson's little chocolate starfish. He's also running crypto scams, as Moist Critical and John Bravo have exposed. Let's take a look at that.
Well, now, just a few days ago, he's up to his old ways, just like Moist Critical said the first time this kid scammed. That he's going to keep doing it if he gets away with it.
I'm sure he's going to do more of these too. I just have a hunch he's going to keep doing this because it is like an infinite money glitch right now. It seems like everyone who makes a pump.fun coin is getting tons of suckers to immediately buy in, hoping that they're there early enough for when it graduates and they make like a fat bag off it. But it's just not going to happen.
So yes, this little retarded Jordan Belfort thinks he's the Wolf of Wall Street as he sets up pump and dump coins, just like old Hawk Tua, setting up his viewers to buy into these crypto scams and then rug pulling, taking all the money. Now, eventually, you might think, I know that the government doesn't highly regulate the crypto area so far, but eventually it's going to happen if all these dipshit influencers keep scamming people out of their money this way. And you got to ask yourself, at what point does little Epstein here face some actual federal charges, right? You have very questionable getting towards actual prostitution being run here, crypto scams. I got to wonder, what's the longevity on this autistic stock of broccoli? I'm not really sure, but it's definitely a very interesting story. Again, I didn't know who this kid actually even was. Maybe I'm just not Gen Z enough to be following all these little creepy skibbity toilet riz weirdos, but I'm trying to figure it out as I go here, guys. And I got to give the kid credit. I mean, I don't know how old he is. He looks like he's 12, but he's got to be over 18. But he's actually got a pretty decent stable of whores here. I mean, he's got old Peggy here lining up to have his OnlyFans run by him. So, but it's actually a very interesting addition to this whole fake alpha male universe, because while this kid could obviously never even be considered even a fake alpha male, the fact that he's pimping out the most famous fake alpha males is actually kind of impressive. It's weird, but I'll give him credit for that. And so, yes, we are witnessing in real time the incredible downward crash out of both Wes Watson after his girlfriend left him, and now he's turning to showing his little Shrimpy on OnlyFans, and little Epstein here who's, running crypto scans and doing all the shit he's doing. I mean, kind of fascinating stuff. I imagine they're all going to end up in jail and prison here pretty soon. I know Wes Watson supposedly is heading back next month, maybe. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to hit on this one. I saw John Bravo's video on this little shithead, and I figured I would jump into, because he seems like if I think about young men out there, and again, purpose of this channel, obviously, make fun of the lames, but also show you guys what, real traditional masculinity should look like. This kid is the polar fucking opposite of this. This is nothing I would suggest more to young men to not be like than this little dipshit. So that's going to do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch y'all in the next video.